Okay, so this is about understanding the distance formula. There is a formula, but I want you guys to first understand where the formula comes from, the distance formula, because we're going to use it in grade 10, 11 and 12. Okay? So let's first look at a normal line and how to find the distance of the line. Okay? If I give you this line on the Cartesian plane, this line from 1, 1 to 5, 4, and I say, what's the distance of that line? Okay? What you can do is you can say, well, I can see it as a triangle, and then I can say, if I go straight this way and I go straight up, okay, then this is actually a right angular triangle, okay, with a 90-degree angle. If I go straight this way and straight up, it makes a 90-degree angle. So I can actually use Pythagoras to find the distance there. So if I say, let's call this side x, okay, and we want to find the length of x. We just need the length of this vertical line and the length of the horizontal line, and then we square them, and then we put it equal to x squared. Okay, so we can say x squared, think about it, x squared is equal to this length squared plus this length squared from Pythagoras. You're with me? We just use Pythagoras. Okay? So, what is the length from there? Let's first look at this. What's the length from there to there? Who can tell me? It's from 1, x1, to x equal to 5. You're just going to say 5 minus 1 is 4 units. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 minus 1. So you agree. When we subtract the two x values, we get the distance between them. It's this x value minus this x value. And then you square it. So it's going to be 5 minus 1, which is 4 squared. Plus, then you take the vertical distance from that y value 4, 1, 2, 3 down to the y value 1. So if this y value is 1, then this y value must be 1. So 4 minus 1 gives you this distance. 4 minus 1 is 3. So it's going to be plus 3 squared. And then it's easy. X squared is equal to 16 plus 9 is 25. Therefore, x will be equal to 5 units. So there we found the distance of x is 5 units. And we used Pythagoras. Now let's look at the formula. Okay, there's a distance formula. The formula looks like this. If I want to find the distance of line AB, this is my line, AB. I want to find the distance, so you just say AB. That means distance from A to B. If you just say AB, okay? I need to know what is the distance from there to there, and then the distance from there to there. I need to find the horizontal distance and the vertical distance. So what did we do here? We said 5 minus 1. So we took the x value here minus the x value here. Okay? So, sorry, here it must be x and xa and ya, and there it's xb, xb and yb. Okay, xa, the x value at a, the y value at a, the x value at b, the y value at b. That's what it stands for. That yb is the y value at b. Okay? So let's first look at the x values. Here we said 4 is 5 minus 1. So here we're going to say the x value at b minus the x value at a will give you that distance. You agree? Like 5 minus 1. The x value here minus the x value there. It's xb minus xa. Okay? You can swap it around also because you're going to square them. So you can also say xa minus xb, because even if it's like 1 minus 5 is negative 4, when you square negative 4 squared is 60, it becomes positive. So it doesn't matter which x value you put first, because when you square it, it becomes positive. So you can say it's xa minus xb squared. But remember now, we're going to put in the square here also, because we're using Pythagoras. Then plus ya minus yb squared. So all we're saying is we get the difference between the x values and we square it. But we can know what's the difference between them when we square it. The difference between these two and we square it, and then we basically have Pythagoras. We're using Pythagoras. So now we can say ab squared is now we can take the square root. We can say if you take the square root on this side, and you take the square root on this side, then AB will be the square root of XA minus XB squared plus YA minus YB squared. And that's it. This is called the distance formula. Whenever you want the distance between two coordinates, you subtract the x values, and you square it. You subtract the two y values and you square it, and then you get the square root. But you need to add them, of course. Okay, square, add the two like you do with Pythagoras, and then you get the square root. So this formula is very important in maths. We're going to use it a lot. It's called the distance formula. Okay.